just in time for the C. Episode 39, not 38. I forgot to change the title again. Episode 39 is on deck, and we got a lot to go through on this card. We have a title match. We have Cole and Zyler face to face for the first time since Clash. And we have Owen Spade in action once again in the main event. So let's not waste any more time, and let's jump into episode 39.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the Rated R Hybrid Wrestling Championship.
It's not often that the champion comes out first for a title match. But as we all know, Adam Ace is the RHW Memorial Champion, but his belt has been stolen and is currently still in the possession of Matt Marco. And so Adam Ace trying to reclaim what is rightfully his to kick off this show. And Adam Ace bringing backup in the form of Zach Morningstar. Ace doing whatever he can to make sure that belt comes home with him. Mama Kennedy clears both. I mean, Matt did win at Clash when the lights were brightest, so I'm not sure if I wholeheartedly agree, but to an extent, I'll say. Speaking of Matt, our title thief, making his way to the ring with Adam Ace's belt. Been parading around backstage the last few weeks as if he is still the RHW Memorial Champion, even though he's not. Although if Matt did win, that belt would be his once again. So it would be very interesting to see Matt win this match.
Introducing the challenger from Kansas City, Missouri, weighing in at 228 pounds, Adam Ace. And his opponent from New York, weighing in at 220 pounds, the Rated R Hybrid Wrestling Champion, Matt Marco.
By the end of Tuesday, he could be a Triple Crown champ. Or Triple Crown. That's a throwback. A triple champ. That'd be interesting. It'd be very interesting. But Matt and Adam Ace both ready to go here for the RHW Memorial Championship. And there's the bell, and our opener is underway. Your MEO. Adam Ace able to overpower Matt back towards the corner. And these two tie up once again. That took forever to change the name. What the fuck? Adam Ace able to reverse that side headlock. And turning it into a hammerlock here on Matt Marco. And Matt now dropped to a knee. But quickly back up to both feet. As Adam Ace continuing to apply the pressure and now slamming Matt head first into the mat. And now Adam Ace over the top rope, landing the kick. And quickly making his way up to the top rope. Adam Ace lands the elbow drop. But Matt able to respond with that back elbow. And Matt Marco into the cover here. And a kick out by Adam Ace. And there's a big forearm from the rightful champion, Adam Ace. And Ace now talking a little bit of trash to Matt Marco here. Clubbing blow to the face. A little more trash talk. And another shot to the face. And Ace now with the arm drag. Matt off the ropes. Back elbow by Adam Ace. And now went for the super kick. But Matt able to turn it into a stomp. And Adam Ace retreating towards the ropes. And now the enziguri by Marco knocking Adam Ace to the floor. Now the count begins, but Matt Marco over the top rope taking out Adam Ace. And Matt Marco right now is in complete control over the RHW Memorial Champion. Matt with control of the arm. Wrenching at the fingers of Adam Ace. And now the double knees to the back. And now Matt, Superman punch to Adam Ace. Marco went back in the ring, now back on the apron. And now back in the ring again. Matt over the top rope again, taking out Ace. And now Matt with a submission locked in on the outside. But Adam Ace quickly able to break it up here. And now Adam Ace tried to toss Matt Marco into the steps. And Ace now back in the ring. But now it's Zach Morningstar trying to get involved, and Matt tosses him in the ring as well. And Adam Ace able to chop at the back of the leg. 6-7. Kick that in. Adam Ace, huge poison Rana. And I went for the lion salt, but nobody home. And Matt with a moonsault, nobody home. And Adam Ace going right after that knee. The left knee of Matt Marco. And now quickly making his way up to the top rope again. Adam Ace, big right from the top. And into the cover he goes. to put Marco away, and a kick out at 1. And now Adam Ace looking for the ace stretcher on Matt Marco. He's got it applied, but Matt able to roll his way out. And Matt now with a clothesline, second clothesline. Catching the leg of Adam Ace, sweeping out the other leg. And now Matt into the cover. 1, 2, kick out. Matt sitting Adam Ace up. But Adam Ace, kick to the leg, now a super kick. Ace into the cover. 1, 2, kick out by Matt. And now Matt back up to his feet in the corner. Adam Ace stretching out that elbow. Marco getting turned around. And now Adam Ace raking at the eyes. And Adam Ace going for that ace stretcher once again. Middle of the ring. He's got it locked in. He's wrenching back. And Matt Marco taps out. And the title is back where it belongs, which is on the shoulders of Adam Ace. He'll finally have his property returned to him. Matt can no longer parade around like he's still RHW Memorial Champion. Because now there's definitive proof that he was never champion. At least never champion in the last 3 weeks. Ace versus Mama Kennedy confirmed. And you see Adam Ace reunited with his RHW Memorial Championship. And now we're going to have to wait and see what is next for Matt Marco.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Beverly Hills, California, Haley Blackwell.
Haley Blackwell back in action here on TNC. Going up against a very familiar opponent in Luna Lovewell. And Haley Blackwell has definitely had her number here in TNC. And Haley Blackwell hoping her winning streak as of late can snowball into something more and get her back into the women's title picture sooner rather than later.
And her opponent, representing the corporation from Truth or Consequences, New Mexico, Miss
Luna Lovell now in search of her second singles victory in TNC. Scored her first qualifying for the Golden Ticket ladder match back at Clash, but was unable to make the most of that opportunity, as that ladder match would be won by SJ Ray, and she is still the holder of that briefcase. She's made no indication that she plans to cash it in anytime soon. SJ Ray gonna wait for her time to strike. But tonight's not about SJ Ray. Right now is not about SJ Ray. It's about Luna Lovewell and Haley Blackwell going one-on-one here on TNC. Both women set to go here in our second match of the night. And there's the bell. Here we go. Blackwell and Lovewell tying it up here to start this one off. And Lovewell getting the upper hand early. Has control of the wrist. But Blackwell able to turn this one around on Lovewell. Blackwell wrenching at the wrist. And now Blackwell turning this into a chin lock. Maintaining control still, but Lovewell able to break it up with a jawbreaker. And now a clothesline by Lovewell. A second clothesline. And a third. And now Lovewell with a choke bomb. And Luna Lovewell right now firing on all cylinders here. As these two will tie it up once again. Lovewell now sent off the ropes. Blackwell ducking under. Big elbow shot there by Haley Blackwell. And went for another elbow. But Lovewell able to get out of the way. For a third time, these two women lock up. Blackwell pushed into the corner. And the ref going to have to break him up. But not before Lovewell gets a cheap shot. And Blackwell is busted open. And Blackwell going face first into the canvas. Into the cover here goes Luna Lovewell. And a kick out at 1. And so far, this match has pretty much all been Luna Lovewell. This has not been the start Haley Blackwell has wanted, as her face is getting pummeled into the center of the mat. And Lovewell up to the top rope quickly. Blackwell to her feet. Lovewell off the top with the drop kick. And into the cover and another kick out at 1. Blackwell able to fight off Lovewell there. Now the baseball slide into the cover. 1 kick out. Blackwell sent off the ropes. Lovewell ducking under, jumping over. Lovewell gets countered by Blackwell. Repeated right hands. But another counter there by Luna Lovewell, and she maintains control. And there's a rib breaker from Lovewell. Now a clothesline. And a second clothesline. Went for the trifecta. That time went for a ripcord dropkick instead to finish it off. And now from the second rope, the big splash from Luna Lovewell. And now Blackwell landing the Blackwell driver. And now B2 from Haley Blackwell. Into the cover. And a kick out at 2. And now both women rolling to the outside. But Luna Lovewell right now looking worse for wear. Is Haley Blackwell targeting the lower body of Luna Lovewell. And Blackwell now just toying with Luna Lovewell now, as she's been able to turn this matchup completely around. Count up to 5 as Lovewell gets tossed back into the ring. Blackwell, missile drop kick. And Luna Lovewell stumbling to the corner. Big uppercut by Blackwell. And the repeated kicks. And now Haley Blackwell just driving her boots. But Lovewell able to reverse here. Lovewell hoisting Blackwell up. Dropping her face first in the middle of the ring. But Blackwell with a roll up, middle of the ring. 2, kick out. Almost had her. Big uppercut there from Haley Blackwell. And now from the top rope, landing the elbow drop. Blackwell gets countered. Big knee from Lovewell. And Lovewell looking for the riptide. Connects. Cover. 1, 2, 3. And I don't know why Haley Blackwell's music is playing. She did not win that match. But Ashley Sharp hitting the ring to stare down Haley Blackwell. I'm not quite sure what that's about. I guess we'll have to find out more later. But we got to move on to some tag team action here on TNC.
The following is a tag team match set for one fall. On the way to the ring, at a combined weight of 395 pounds, Diego and Tyson Chase, the Assassins.
I was... I could have swore Haley Blackwell won that match when I edited it. Oh well. I mean, it's like, what, a 10-second clip? I don't care. I'm not losing sleep over it. But Jet Set back in action here on TNC. After going through a hellacious tag team battle their last time out against the Titans.
And their opponents, first from Kissimmee, Florida, weighing in at 230 pounds, Jake
Going up against Jake Phoenix and Jason Graves, who have not teamed together in quite a while. But finally back in action here on TNC as a team. And we're going to see what they have against an up-and-coming team like Jet Set. been a minute since we've also seen Jason Graves at all. But of course, Graves and Phoenix looking to get back on track as a tag team. Jason Graves was having a bit of a rough time eating pins. And they're hoping to change their luck against Jet Set here tonight. I'm still going to be the first to say it. Jason Graves' his aura. He truly does. But he is not going to be one starting this match. It's going to be Tyrone Chase and Jake Phoenix. And the crossbody out the gate by Chase. And I don't even want to know what that was supposed to be from Tyrone Chase. Not sure I'll ever know what it was supposed to be. As Chase whipped into his own corner. Big enziguri there by Jake Phoenix. And Phoenix hits the springboard Hurricane Rana. And Jake Phoenix lining up Tyrone Chase. Big knee strike. And the tag into Jake Phoenix. Or excuse me, Jason Graves. I might be drunk after all. Chase, big clothesline there. To Jason Graves. Into the cover. 1, 2, and a kick out. If I'm still drunk like 8 hours later, that's problematic. Chase off the ropes. Big kick into the chest of Jason Graves. Big Pele. And now the tag into Diego Vega. Graves able to catch Vega there. And now the roll up here by Graves into the cover and a kick out at 1. And now a flurry of chops by Graves. And now the swinging neck breaker. Vega whipped into the corner, but quickly shoving Jake Phoenix off. But cannot escape that blue thunder bomb from Jason Graves. But Vega quickly up. Roll up here by Graves. And an immediate kick out from Vega. Super kick. And both men make tags. Chase and Phoenix, the legal men. Chase off the ropes. Big flapjack from Jake Phoenix. And Phoenix went for a moonsault but could not connect. And that time went for a pump kick. Chase went for a drop kick. Nobody able to hit there. But now the gut wrench power bomb connecting from Jake Phoenix. Phoenix hoisting up Chase with the ref stuck in the corner. Probably to Jet Set's benefit. But Jake Phoenix able to counter. And Tyrone Chase was looking for a tag, but Phoenix would not let it happen. As Tyrone Chase whipped into the corner. And a double team incoming from Graves and Phoenix. Jumping DDT. And Tyrone Chase looking for a tag again. But is it once again stonewalled? It's Jason Graves continuing to dish out the punishment. Springboard 450. Into the cover. One and a kick out. Tag into Jake Phoenix. As they're doing a good job of keeping each other fresh and not allowing Jet Set to do the same. Chase on the ropes. Big knee strike from Jake Phoenix. And now dragging Tyrone Chase to the middle of the ring. But Chase back up to his feet. And now hoisted up. And Chase able to turn it into a Hurricane Rana. Fisherman suplex. Continuing to roll through into another suplex. And not able to connect on that splash. And a huge rib breaker there by Jake Phoenix. Tyrone Chase whipping Jake Phoenix off the ropes, but Phoenix able to catch Chase and deliver that big boot to the gut. And Jake Phoenix back in control. Phoenix now to the apron. Chase to his feet. Now just playing some mind games with Diego Vega. As once again, Tyrone Chase moving to the corner, but Chase able to get an elbow up. Chase in desperate need of a tag. Can he get it here with Jake Phoenix in the corner? Yes, he can. Double team coming from Jet Set. Double super kick. And Vega turning his attention over to Jason Graves with Jake Phoenix laid out on the floor. Stunner in the ropes. And now Jake Phoenix back in the ring, but going after Tyrone Chase, but Chase wanting nothing of it. Roll up here by Jake Phoenix on Vega, middle of the ring, and an immediate kick out again by Diego Vega. Phoenix showcasing the power with that power bomb, rolling through into a knee strike. And again with the spine buster. And now Jake Phoenix sizing up Diego Vega again for another big knee strike. And Phoenix again with the knee. Middle of the ring into the cover to put Jet Set away, and a kick out by Diego Vega at 2. Jake Phoenix now making the tag to Jason Graves. And Graves into the cover on Vega, and another kick out at 2. Vega off the ropes. Graves planting Vega. And now up to the top rope quickly goes Jason Graves. Graves, nobody home on the drop kick. And Vega, Hurricane Rana to Graves. Tag into Tyrone Chase. Kick to the knee from Chase. And a huge German in the corner. And now a drop kick by Chase. And he's on the apron. Graves to his feet. able to land enough of that springboard clothesline to knock Graves to the mat. Tag in here to Diego Vega. Jake Phoenix able to get a cheap shot there on Vega. But that's not going to stop Diego Vega. Thinking power bomb, but Jason Graves able to fight his way out. Big clothesline. And now Vega up in the corner, but able to get that elbow up. Big knee from Diego Vega. And now a single leg crab applied. But Jason Graves able to grab the leg of Diego Vega. Double team coming from Graves and Phoenix. Vega off the ropes. Double back body drop. As this match is going to spill to the outside, we've now crossed the 10-minute mark of this match. And this one still feels like we are nowhere near close to a winner. As the count continues, Vega makes his way back in the ring. And now Diego Vega with a roll-up on Jake Phoenix, but a quick kick out. And a Hurricane Rana there by Vega. Tag in a chase. Big boot from Jake Phoenix, and that's going to allow him to make a tag over to Jason Graves. Big overhand chop there by Tyrone Chase. Not able to connect, though, on that springboard crossbody, but able to catch that kick attempt and sweep out the legs of Graves. And now a tag over to Diego Vega. Big scoop slam there from Vega. Vega, brainbuster to Jason Graves. But Graves able to get the tag into Jake Phoenix. Big jumping knee. And now sizing up Diego Vega for another knee strike. Into the cover, broken up by Tyrone Chase. Both men back to their feet. Vega off the ropes, catching the knee of Jake Phoenix, and able to land one of his own. Jet Set might be a GOAT tag team. I agree. Vega, GTS. Into the cover. 1, 2, kick out. And now Diego Vega showcasing the power with that German suplex. And Vega up to the top rope. Sizing up Jake Phoenix. Landed enough of that crossbody, and both men are down. And it's going to be Diego Vega who's first to his feet. And he'll be able to take advantage of Jake Phoenix here. As Vega hits the destroyer on Phoenix. And Diego Vega eats an elbow there from Jake Phoenix. But Vega landing on his feet. Big clothesline. And Phoenix stumbling to his feet in the corner. Vega sending Phoenix shoulder first into the post. And now Vega, leg drop over the top rope onto the apron. But Jake Phoenix quickly to his feet, has control of the arm, and a stomp on the shoulder. Now whip into the corner. Double team coming from Phoenix and Graves. Graves from the top rope, huge shoulder tackle. And Graves again quickly from the top rope. Thinking spiral tap, and he's got it. And again up to the top rope. Huge stomp, nobody home. Big drop kick from Diego Vega. And he's going to get the tag into Tyrone Chase. That may have been their shot at ending this match, but a huge super kick from Chase. But an elbow from Jason Graves, who can gain the upper hand. Big drop kick from Tyrone Chase. Chase off the ropes. 619. And now the big clothesline. Into the cover. 1, 2, kick out. As we have gone past the 15-minute mark of this match. Spirit gun. Ref, what are we doing? Count the pin. The ref did not want to count the pin. But Tyrone Chase wasting little time. But Jason Graves able to reverse here. Big kick there from Chase. And Chase now thinking a second spirit gun. And he's got it. Cover. 1, 2. And he kicked out. How did he kick out of a second spirit gun? Chase now with the tag to Diego Vega. And Vega up to the top rope. Nobody home on that 630. Super kick from Graves. And he gets the tag to Jake Phoenix. And now Phoenix off the ropes. Nobody home there. Hurricane Rana from Vega. And Diego Vega getting the tag into Chase. Big clothesline. But Phoenix quickly to his feet. Crossbody from Chase. Into the cover. 1, 2. And another kick out from Jake Phoenix. Bringing Phoenix back to his feet. May have been a mistake, or maybe not. Big drop kick from Chase. Now Phoenix off the ropes. Spine buster. And now Tyrone Chase with a fisherman suplex. And now looking for that. Okay, wasn't even another suplex. It was a Stormbreaker. But Jake Phoenix able to get the tag to Jason Graves. And Graves thinking JG driver. He connects. 1, 2. No, it's broken up by Diego Vega. And now the Meteora from Graves. as we are getting close to the 20-minute mark of this tag match. Chase whipped into the corner. Another double team coming. Off the ropes. Double shoulder tackle. As Diego Vega was looking for a tag, Chase not able to get there. Big elbow from Phoenix. And the count beginning on the outside. And Tyrone Chase may have a broken neck. Chase now being dragged back towards the ring. Leg drop from Jake Phoenix. And now off the ropes. Jake Phoenix went for that knee, but Tyrone Chase able to avoid. And Tyrone Chase, huge power bomb. And we have now eclipsed 20 minutes in this tag match. Down to the final 10 minutes of allotted time. And another double team coming, this time to Diego Vega. Graves from the top with the shoulder tackle. And again, this one spilling to the outside. Graves back in the ring, waiting on Diego Vega, but waiting no more. Jason Graves taking out Vega. And now Graves, house call. And Jason Graves not done on the outside. Thinking JG driver, and he's got it on the outside. And if he can get him in the ring, this one could be as good as done. But no, Jason Graves is not done with Diego Vega. But Vega still has some fight left in him. As now both men make their way back in the ring. Vega, thinking destroyer, connecting. Cover. One broken up. Now whipped into the corner. Tyrone Chase is in. Code breaker. Into the cover. 1, 2, 3. What a match. Yeah, it deserved its 5-star rating. No notes necessary. Just turn it on and watch. That was incredible stuff from all four men. But for the first time in TNC, it is Jet Set walking away victorious. Been filming Zyler vs. Keith for 2 hours. Why does it take you so long? Are you not getting the result you want? I'm scared. But now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for Zyler Glass and Cole Crimson to meet face to face for the first time since the events at Clash.
Crimson, I didn't realize you had a looser vagina than Mama Kennedy. The fact you would sneak attack me. I just can't believe that I had trust in you this entire time. But you know what? Fair play to you. I said I'd stalk you. And you did do the same. But the real difference here is that you would have deserved what I did to you. Because, Cole, I never did anything to you before, but now that will change. I will do everything to you. I will do everything to you. At Season's bleedings, you're gonna bleed everywhere. And it's gonna be beautiful. I'm gonna paint a mural on the canvas with your blood. The children in the crowd will have to turn away, and if they do look, they're gonna be scarred for life with what I'm going to do to you, Crimson. I'm gonna paint the town red, and there's gonna be nothing left. And the legacy of Cole Crimson will crumble.
And I think Cole is just about heard enough out of Zyler.
Oh, Glass, you're such a funny guy. You're such a funny guy. You know, you say you've never done anything to me. However, you and Owen Spade pretended to be the leader. Back and forth. Then it was Adam Ace. Then you decide to bring Nico Chambers in. That wasn't my call. I didn't want her in this group. None of that was my decision. But now it is time for me to make decisions. It is time for me. Nobody can tell me what to do anymore. I am the world champion, and that is the way it will stay forever. Zyler. See, you don't get to have this anymore, because I am the most important thing in TNC, BCW, ELW, the globe. Everyone will know the name Cole Crimson. It will be carved into buildings. There will be a monument made in my honor once I hang up my boots.
So you're just jealous. That's what this is. That's what this is boiling down to. You're jealous because me and Owen were actually successful, and you were not. RHW, you had maybe a glimmer of hope, a glimmer of opportunity, and then it vanished. And then you had to take the coward route, and you had to sneak attack me. You, Cole, are a coward. And cowards never stay on top for long. Just like Keith. I am mere days away from being a world champion myself. And honestly, a few days ago, I almost won another world championship, but every single time someone wants to screw me over, and it's always someone associated with the BHS. I've had it with the BHS. I don't care about the BHS anymore, and if that's what this is about for you, then you're in luck. Neither one of us care about it anymore. So we're on the same page. And you say you never wanted to bring Nico Chambers in? You could have said no. You could have said no, but you never said no. You never cared. You never put in input. And that's where the issue lies. You're trying to say that me and Owen are acting like leaders. No, it's that you would never step up because you were a coward. to make any big decisions.
You can't be successful if you always have two people constantly pushing you out of the way, Zyler. You should know this. Because there was a time where you felt like a nobody, because you get left off of card after card after card. You know how it feels. But then you decided to basically replace me and make me feel like I didn't matter, Zyler. But let's flip this. How about we just stop letting you get on the microphone, because I am sick and I am tired about hearing you whine and complain about these world championships you get screwed out of, or the fact that your family was blown in the smithereens, or the fact that you were in a plane crash and now you're crazy. No, I just don't care, Zyler. No, I don't think anyone does anymore. I am done with you. You are old news, and the fact that we have to have a championship match is crazy. It is insane. No, nobody, and I mean nobody, that was ever in the BHS deserves an opportunity at this.
Well. Look at us. The Black Hole Society together again. Owen Spade and the two beta cucks who can't keep my name out of their mouths. Let's start with Zyler over here. First of all, you said you're going to do everything to Cole Crimson. Pause on that. You two got to get a room. Secondly, I've told you this before, and I'll gladly say it again. But Zyler, you are the biggest dumbass I have met possibly in my entire life. And I've met some dumbasses in my life, trust me. You trusted Cole Crimson. You thought that he was going to lead you to glory. You thought he wasn't going to put the same knife he put in me into your back. Just because you didn't want to do things my way. The way that was working. You didn't want to do things my way. That's fine. That's fine. Stand on your own. But you went off with him. And look where that got you. Looking stupid. And Cole over here talking like I got in his way. Like I was the reason he couldn't win before the BHS. Like I'm the reason he couldn't win world title gold before the golden ticket. What a joke, honestly. Both of you bickering like this. Just shut the hell up. The second you let in Adam Ace, there was no BHS. You tarnished everything we stood for. But I will give props to Cole Crimson. You got a nice shiny title over there. I got a nice shiny title over here. Zyler, you got sensitive subject, huh? My bad. That's on me. And Zyler, honestly, a part of me was happy for you at Clash of Titans. A tiny part of me. Your friend was happy for you in your big moment. But on the other hand, I was just as happy to watch Cole Crimson take it from you. I told you so. I told you. See, people don't know this, but I told you exactly what kind of man Cole Crimson was the second time the BHS formed. You didn't want to listen. You were both jokes. Sorry excuse for competitors here in TNC. And honestly, I can't wait to watch you two rip each other limb from limb.
Hold on a minute, gentlemen. I have an announcement to make. Owen Spade, you sparked a little bit of an idea in my head just a minute ago when you said that you wanted to watch these two tear each other apart limb from limb. So, I have decided to do a little bit something about that. As we all know, Cole Crimson is going to be defending that TNC World Championship against Zyler Glass in the main event of Seasons Bleedings in 2 weeks' time. But let's have a little bit of fun here. Owen, I'm going to give you exactly what you want. Not only are you going to be able to watch these two tear each other apart limb from limb, you are going to have the best seat in the house. And you, Owen Spade, are officially being appointed as the special guest referee for the World Championship match in 2 weeks' time.
Absolutely huge news coming from reporter Pete and the CEO. Owen Spade will be the special guest referee for the world title match in 2 weeks at Seasons Bleedings. The first ever special guest ref in TNC history. I prefer reporter feet. God, imagine Fat as a reporter. That would be really funny if Fat was a reporter. Kato Takahashi getting his warm-up for his big title match next week. As of course he will be challenging Owen Spade in the main event next week. It's like Clark Kent to Superman. Oh, Fat to reporter feet, Clark Kent Superman, Bruce Wayne Batman, you know. They're all one and the same. Kato Takahashi going up against another former All-Star champion in his own right. That man being Nico Fox. Your main event is 30 minutes. Why? There's no way it needs to be 30 minutes. What could you possibly do for 30 minutes? That's not like an Iron Man match or a Rumble. Like, what could you possibly be doing? But anyway, Takahashi, Nico Fox set to go. And Nico Fox trying to start out fast, but Kato was ready. And now these two tie up by the ropes. And the ref forced to break it up. And now another tie up by the ropes. And now Nico Fox in control of the wrist of Takahashi. Kato, for a split second, was down to a knee. It's pretty much Roman versus Cody. Okay. But that match was like, what, 45, 50 minutes? Not 30. Nico Fox still in control of Takahashi here. And now back down to a knee, but for a more extended period of time. And now Kato Takahashi able to turn this around now, but Nico Fox right back on him. And now another reversal by Takahashi. Waistlock applied, and now a reversal into a side headlock by Nico Fox. Constant back and forth in the chain wrestling between these two to open this one up. Now a big knee to the face from Nico Fox. And he's into the cover here on Kato, but an immediate kick out. Nico, backbreaker. Now dropping the elbow. But Kato able to turn it around. Kato with that springboard swanton. And Kato now thinking German suplex, and he's got him. And the repeated kicks to the back of the head. And now the stomping on the hand. And a big forearm knocking Nico Fox to the mat. But Nico able to trip Kato up. And Nico Fox now into the cover. Gets a 2 count, but Kato able to kick out. Kato went for the big lariat, but Nico able to avoid. Kato elbows to the gut of Nico Fox. And Nico off the ropes. Kato ducking under. Big knee strike. And Takahashi has him in his sights. Planting Nico Fox into the cover. 1, 2. Kick out by Nico. And now Kato with a big shot to the back. And now the springboard swanton again, but nobody home. And Nico Fox now, as this one devolves into a standoff here. These two starting to trade blows. Another chop there from Nico Fox. Nico able to block and land another chop. That chop is blocked. There's one from Takahashi. Another one is blocked by Kato, and another right hand. And now it's an all-out hockey fight in the middle of the ring. Big clothesline by Kato coming out of it. And another clothesline. And a third one from Takahashi. Nico Fox dazed in the corner. But Nico gets countered by Kato. And again, Nico Fox gets planted into the cover to put Nico away. 2, 3. Kato Takahashi looks more than ready for his championship match next week. Did not give Nico Fox an inch in this match. And now Kato Takahashi is going to have his eyes focused on tonight's main event, with Owen Spade taking on King Zero in a non-title match. But we still have one more match between then and now, as Yana Jian will be taking on Alexia Lane in our semi-main event. Have not seen Yana Jian on TNC in a couple weeks, but she is back here on TNC, hoping to pick up where she left off, and that was in the win column. That being in one-on-one, of course. But Jian does have a tall task ahead of her, as she is facing a former TNC Women's Champion in Alexia Lane. Been a minute since we've seen Alexia Lane as well. But of course, she's also back in action on this episode of TNC. As both women looking to find their way into contention for the TNC Women's Championship, and are looking to do so soon, by the time that Seasons Bleeding rolls around in just a few weeks. Just both women set to go, and there's the bell. Both women feeling each other out early on. Now they'll tie up. And Jian able to force Alexia Lane into the ropes. And now another tie up here. Forcing the corner. And now Yana Jian trying to take control. But Alexia Lane with the roll through into the super kick. Alexia Lane now with the springboard crossbody into the cover on Jian. One kick out. Arm toss, or an arm drag, excuse me, from Lane there, but Jian with the kick. But Alexia Lane with the rollover, landing those forearms. These are probably among the most underrated on our rosters. I agree. Alexia Lane just stopping at the back of Jian, now off the ropes. connecting with that leg drop. And now Alexia Lane off the ropes again with that step up enziguri. And now Gian off the ropes. Lane ducking under, jumping over. Big knee shot from Alexia Lane. And Lane quickly to the top rope with the Swanton Bomb. Into the cover. She goes on Gian. 2. And a kick out. Alexia Lane now. DDT to Gian. Cover again. 1, 2. Kick out again by Gian. Gian, though, quickly to her feet. Able to elbow off Alexia Lane. Now landing a couple clotheslines. Catching the leg of Alexia Lane. Sweeping out the other. And Yana Gian with a big knee strike. And the kicks and punches and forearms keep on coming. And Alexia Lane finally knocked to the mat. Yana Gian sizing her up. Looking for the fastball. And into the cover she goes. 1, 2, kick out. Gian, neck breaker, holding on into the last chancery, but it's broken up. Gian up to the second rope. Alexia Lane to her feet. Meteora. And now Gian over the apron with the kick. And Gian eating a dragon screw there from Alexia Lane. And Lane trying to work quickly with that knee strike. And continuing to work the knee. Gian back to her feet. Are these two women going to start trading blows in the middle of the ring? There's a chop from Alexia Lane. And another one from Lane. There's one from Yana Gian. Another one from Lane. These two going back and forth with the chops. There's a right hand. Another chop. And now it breaks out into a hockey fight. Middle of the ring. Clothesline from Alexia Lane. Second clothesline. And it's Alexia Lane's turn to start firing up. Into the cover. And a kick out by Yana Gian. Gian brought back to her feet. Now off the rope she goes. Lane ducking under. Jumping over. And Alexia Lane catching her with the crossface. Middle of the ring. Will she tap? No. But Alexia Lane changing course. Going for the rings of Saturn. And this time, Yana Gian has no choice but to tap. A very well-spirited back and forth contest between these two women in our semi-main. But it was Alexia Lane coming out on top over Yana Jian with that Rings of Saturn. She's really a submission specialist. She's got so many tricks up her sleeve in terms of submissions. And she can catch you in so many different holds. And tonight, that was just a little bit too much for Yana Jian to bear. As first she got caught in the crossface, then got caught in the Rings of Saturn right after. And that was all she wrote. Yana Jian had no choice but to tap out. But now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for our main event.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Brooklyn, New York, weighing in at 215 pounds, the All-Star Champion,
Owen Spade is no longer just the All-Star Champion, as he pulled off an absolute swerve at ELW Genesis. Absolutely screwing Zyler Glass out of the ELW World Championship. This thing goes hard for a Hogan. As Owen Spade is not only just the TNC All-Star Champion, but he is also the first ever ELW World Champion.
and his opponent from Dayton, Ohio, weighing in at 224 pounds, King Zero.
Tonight, in preparation for his title defense next week, Owen Spade will be going up against the man who beat him, not only beat him in the TNC All-Star title tournament just over a year ago, but was the inaugural All-Star champion, went on to win the whole thing. And was the first man to walk into Seasons Bleedings with that All-Star Championship, of course being King Zero. King Zero, of course, a two-time All-Star Champion, has not been able to get his hands on any other titles in the past year. But maybe with a win over Owen Spade, if he can pull off that upset again, maybe a potential third title reign could be in his sights. But it is time, and the bell is rung. Our main event is underway. Both these men tried to start out quick, but they'll settle with a collar and elbow tie-up, as Owen Spade able to force King Zero into the ropes. And Owen getting a cheap shot in on King Zero before they tie up again. And King Zero with the waistlock from behind. Anyway, Spade back up to his feet, headlock still applied. Turned into a hammerlock here by King Zero. But Spade quickly able to turn this one around. And Spade taking out the legs of King Zero. But King Zero able to catch that boot and turn it into a DDT. King Zero over the top rope, nobody home. And now King Zero off the ropes, ducking under his own, jumping over. And a Hurricane Rana there by Owen Spade, and King Zero forced to reset. And now they'll tie up once again. And again, it's Owen forcing King Zero into the ropes. And now Owen tossing King Zero onto the apron. King Zero was ready for him. And now both men on their feet. Huge cutter from King Zero. And now King Zero went for the moonsault, but Owen Spade got the knees up. And now King Zero off the ropes again. Spade with the arm toss. Catching the boot of King Zero there. But King Zero was ready for Owen Spade as well. These two going counter for counter right now. As Spade off the middle rope. Nobody home. King Zero driving the knee right into the mat. Spade with that jawbreaker. Now hoisting up King Zero. GTH from Owen Spade into the cover. 1, 2, kick out. But King Zero with that boot up. Regaining control, but maybe not for long. Into the corner. Nobody home for Owen Spade. And Spade, huge knee strike. And now Owen up to the middle rope. Double axe handle to King Zero. And now Owen up on the apron. Makes his way back into the ring. And Spade. Basement drop kick. Oh my, the Saints won? Oh my god. That's hilarious. Spade over the top, nobody home. King Zero lining up Owen Spade for a basement drop kick of his own. And now Spade tossed back into the ring by King Zero, sizing up the All-Star champ here. What the fuck happened there? Spade hoisting up King Zero, but King Zero able to get out of dodge. Spade, double knees, into the cover now on King Zero to put him away here, and a kick out at 2. Big forearm there from Spade. Another forearm from Spade. Following up with the Pele kick. And now Spade into another cover. 1, 2, kick out again. Spade, snap suplex. And now Spade looking for the Spade stomp. Countered into the King Cutter! What a counter by King Zero! And now into the corner. Huge forearm. King Zero on the apron, sizing up Owen Spade. Big clothesline, knocking Owen Spade down. And now a clothesline by King Zero. Another clothesline. Catches the leg, sweeps out the other. And King Zero firing on all cylinders, going for the win. 2, kick out by Spade. That's my tribal chief. King Zero up to the top. Spade to his feet. Tightrope walking into nothing. Kick to the arm from Spade. And Owen Spade with a huge kick. Trying to drag King Zero back toward the middle of the ring. And Spade was thinking sharpshooter, but King Zero able to kick him away. King Cutter again. Into the cover. 1, 2, kick out by Spade. Spade able to catch the boot of King Zero. Big knee strike from Owen. But King Zero able to kick him away again. Big clothesline by King Zero. But a kick from Spade. And Owen Spade going right after the knee. Into the corner. Spade, nobody home. Big knee shot. King Zero in position to put this match away. 1, 2, kick out by Spade again. King Zero able to land that Lion Salt into another cover to put Spade away, and another kick out. Spade struggling to his feet and dropped almost as quickly as he got up. King Zero, still plenty of energy for the coast to coast. And now King Zero, pop up King Cutter. 1, 2, 3. that is that. Another upset on Owen Spade. Owen eats pins on TNC. He does. I don't know what he's got to do to get some wins. But that does not change the match for next week, as it will still be Owen Spade versus Kato Takahashi in the main event. But certainly, King Zero will get an opportunity down the road. Potentially, maybe even at Season's Bleedings. But this has not been the start to the return to TNC that Owen Spade had envisioned. Yes, he won the All-Star title, but he is falling victim to that same title like most of the people that have already held it. Hogan's in his own company, but jobs everywhere else. We could never. I know. We're so much better than that. But that will do it for episode 39. But before this stream ends, I do have one tiny little announcement. And that is, we will be having an end-of-year award ceremony for TNC. Sometime in the next week, I will be putting out a Google form on the Reporter Pete Twitter account. You fucking wish, buddy. You fucking wish. That Google form will have all the questions. Yeah, you wish. Read into that what you will. That form will have all the questions, all the answers. It'll be multiple choice. I'm not letting anyone write anything in. Because God forbid, I don't want to know what you people write for some of these questions. But that that award ceremony will be taking place immediately after Season's Bleedings. So, be on the lookout for that Google form and make sure you cast your votes. But until then, I will see you next week for episode 40 of TNC.